Hello again. So I've separated the major arcana from the top of the deck. You can see they're it's a very thick cardstock. And it is card as opposed to plastic. So I know that these are going to wear over time. And for me personally, that's a really good thing because it's going to get a feel to it and it's going to be, you know, I'm going to make them my own. They're going to get worn out and it's going to have that lovely inherited feel should I ever pass them on to someone else. So let's start from the top. I'll just move these to one side. So you've already seen that lovely gold edge. And then I haven't attempted to shuffle these yet. I will probably shuffle them a few times before they feel nice and comfortable. So we've got the Fool. And this Fool, when I first opened it up, I was like, surely that's the Devil. But I love the way that it's got that kind of cheekiness to it. And it's kind of what are they called? People who juggle fire. I can't remember. But that's like a poi, I think. Which I think is brilliant. And it's not a smiling, grinning Fool. It's quite a serious Fool, actually, which is fresh. I haven't seen that before. And then we've got the Magician, and they are absolutely gorgeous. Again, as I go through this, you're going to see that they're not gender biased. They're not race biased. There's all this inclusivity of different body types as well. And even some tattoos, which I was happy to see. Magician, she's pensive, she's thinking. A lot of magic is in the mind, so I find that really appropriate. And then the High Priestess, you don't see her eyes, which I found it annoying initially. I was like, why can't I see her eyes? Because the eyes are so great in an image, aren't they? But of course, she's using her inner sight, so we just see her here with her third eye lit all the way up. And I love her hair. Really cool. She's got this crazy fringe, which is brilliant. Where are we? Okay, the Empress, number 3. She's got a little lotus down there. She is obviously a sign of, a card of fertility. She's got her crown, green hair, which is that kind of earthiness that always comes up with the Empress, and we've got that divine feminine symbol there. And the wheat sheaths, I think, is a really nice addition, actually, golden kind of wheat sheaths for fertility and abundance. We have the Emperor. Powerful. Interesting that he's holding the Ankh here. Of course, in Egyptian mythology, the Ankh is held by many different deities. I always associate it though with Isis and with Heket, the Nile goddess. But he's obviously that warrior type. And we've got the Aries symbol at the top here. Here on this card, it's interesting actually, we've got the number is printed by the name as opposed to up here. And I guess just in some designs it wasn't working to have the number higher up. It is a little bit inconsistent from a design perspective, but I don't think it's going to cause any issues in terms of reading the cards. We've got the Hierophant. I love that the Hierophant is more of a feminine, and that there are keys, crossed keys. This I associate with Hecate as well. And this is the Orthodox cross, I think. My son is a Greek Orthodox, so he has that hanging. So there's a lot of different imagery there around different things. And she is also in a chair. And she's not the only one. I've seen more, which is nice. It's not just like a token one. Okay. The Lovers and Death are two really interesting ones to juxtapose, actually. So the Lovers here are skeletons. And it reminds me of that expression, I love the bones of you. It's definitely got some passionate vibes to it. It also has the sense of the angel rather than the actual image of the angel in these wings. And the sun is behind. So it's a really interesting interpretation. We've got that fire passion here. till death do us part. But that's marriage, and that's different. That's different to love. So, Chariot. Here we do have an angel, and we have an angel with a lovely chest tattoo. And the two horses representing the two priorities pulling in different directions. She's having to keep them in line, and she's doing it really by power of will. She is holding the reins. Actually, is that? No, actually, I think that's a wand. So she's holding a wand, and she's expecting her presence, her magnetism, her power to draw this chariot in the direction she wants it to go. This is really good for me today. I'm actually going to keep that one out because I feel like that's speaking to me about something today personally. We've got the Strength card. Lovely roses. I love the lion. The lion has a softness to it, right? And the woman has a strength to her, which I think is a lovely sort of contrast to a normal one where the lion, not normal, I'm talking about the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, which is not the only traditional deck, where the lion has its mouth open and she's putting her hands in its mouth. So she's not subjugating, is that the right word? This lion, the lion is at ease with her. He almost wants to be, or they almost want to be protected by her. And the Hermit is fantastic. I just want to say I particularly like her chin, the way that she's been drawn, if indeed we are looking at a feminine here, but it's giving me feminine. And she's hiding that light in her lamp. And this considering look on the face is really, really cool. Are you worthy of my knowledge? The hoop earrings, always good. It's almost got a high priestess vibe to it as well, but in a more kind of protected kind of way rather than a here I am kind of way. The Wheel of Fortune. This figure, this face is gazing up into the distance, envisioning good things, hopefully. And the wings here as well. Lovely reddy yellowy wings on that one. Justice. She is blindfolded, as you would expect, and holding the sword and the scales. So there is quite a strong traditional element to this. And there's sparks of magic falling down. It's like she can see what she's doing regardless of whether her eyes are blinded or not. But I think it's the eyes being covered is a lack of bias. And then we've got the Hanged Man. Here they've placed the caption here at the top and the number at the bottom, which is unusual. And that is a bit more of a deviation than any of the other cards have, I think. But there seems to be this flexibility around where they're placing the text, which kind of suits the deck, to be honest. Hanged Man is upside down, of course, but you can see a little bit differently there with it the right way up. That flower reminds me of asphodel. I don't think it is, but it reminds me of asphodel, which is to do with purgatory. Well, not exactly purgatory, but the ancient Greek place where souls went to wait until they moved on to the next place. And we've got death. So here's the death card. So in the lovers we had skeletons. In the death card we do have a skull, and we've got like a kind of sugar skull face as well. Almost like the muscles in the face are showing, really. And then you can see the ribs. So there's a thin veil of flesh on top. It's quite visceral, and I do like it a lot. There's another visceral card in this deck, very visceral card in this deck, and I can't wait to show it to you. We've got Temperance. She looks a little bit resigned to me. because she's always having to keep in balance and not go to extremes. I love the yellow flowers. I think they look like flax or not lilies, like flag lilies. Yeah, I think flag lilies. It's like she's been doing this balancing act for a really long time. She's got her wings, but they're not outspread. And the devil. There we go. So often the devil is almost like a mirror image of the lovers, but here the devil is very much a kind of personality, but also a mask, so deception, but neither one more or less terrifying than the other. So what's behind the mask is a more intelligent, in a way, version of what we see in the mask itself. Hypnotic, snake-tongued, and kind of swirling and hard to catch hold of, hard to pin down. I love this version of the tower. Look how lovely. She's holding her head high, proud, tears falling whilst the world crumbles, but ready to rebuild. Taking the challenge. Beautiful. And here we have the star. Really, this colour scheme, I love this colour scheme. So we've got this lovely kind of almost somewhere between a mint and a lime green. The two shells. She's usually standing between earth and water in the more traditional decks. But she's in a dream world here as well, and she's pouring between these two shells, or rather the shells are pouring outwards and down. I love this rose pink. Gorgeous. And then we have the moon. And rather than a wolf and a dog, we've got two almost busts, really. Two heads, one with crying eyes, but they're both quite cosmic. And we do have the two towers in the background. And the moon is dark, so we've got a dark moon here. Very often it's a full white moon. I think the white moon is indicated behind it, but it's definitely the unseen. They almost appear like either celestial or sea creatures, and in a traditional moon card there is this crayfish creeping out, which is kind of symbolizing what's coming out from underneath. Okay, I've only got I've only got a couple of minutes left, so I want to finish these off. The sun blazing. You can't look into the sun. That really would make your eyes water. But I love the fact that the number's been popped inside the sun here. And we've got these curls around it. The sunflowers are there. The rainbow is there. But this person is older than the child or baby that we normally see riding the horse. And the sun is old, you know. It might bring life, vitality, new life, but there is a wisdom to it and I wanted to say a darkness to it, but I'm thinking of the deities, really. So, yeah, this sort of eye-burning splendor of the sun. And Judgment, great card again. We've got almost like a Medusa figure with two sets of wings. There's something that's a bit sort of, is it a seraphim, which is many wings and many eyes, and we've got the staring eye, almost like the Cyclops eye. So Judgment is like what comes out in the wash, you know, and the drops of blood are hanging there almost like a necklace. And so if you look at the snakes, the Gorgon, you know, if you look at the Gorgon, will you be turned to stone? If the Cyclops sees you, will you be, you know, I can't remember what they do, but will you be stupefied? Gorgeous. Lovely colours on that as well. I'm not sure you can actually see them very well. And then the world is, again, beautiful. Oh, I've got to finish. Thank you for watching. I will come through with the suits later.